But then the cows moo, and that's oratio. And that's beautiful. So cows giving forth their praise. But then after they've done that, the cows become very still. And that is contemplatio. That's cows being completely at peace. And we too can aim for that kind of peace. You wish you had that peace right now, don't you? Welcome back to Closing the Social Distance. Now, friends, you've been watching for a lot of episodes at this point. Do you know how many episodes we're up to?
Is this Monday? Is today Monday?
I think it is, yeah.
I think if today is Monday, then we would be 45.
So, I mean, this is getting real. It's getting extremely real, is all I can say, as far as approaching syndication levels, to keep it going for a little while. But still, by now, after 40-some episodes, you will certainly know one thing at least, which is that I have a great love for different kinds of animals, and that I enjoy decorating our studio. We already had special note made of Seymour the Walrus.
Mm-hmm. So in case you didn't already know this, people, that's all him.
You know what? I like to think that it's an equally balanced reflection of both of our personalities. Me exasperating you. See? Me being provocative, you being exasperated. See, this is the perfect setup. But I like to think that my love for animals is rooted in my love for contemplation. And so, for example, the llama, a noble animal. We just read in the newspaper the other week that llama antibodies apparently show great promise in helping to fight the coronavirus. So llamas coming to the rescue yet again. Llamas.
I wonder if we're going to get one of those COVID links put down below us because of what you just said.
Listen, I have no idea what Google or YouTube, where it's all the same thing,
He's
does.
not recommending a cure.
No, I'm not.
Don't go out and eat llamas.
Actually, you totally should, as long as it can be done safely and perhaps wearing a mask or something. But llamas are wonderful. They're very soothing. They spit, but mainly they spit at coronavirus, it seems, these days. Or so we hope. So the llama is a great contemplative animal. Very soulful eyes, very deep. And the kind of animal...
Just projecting.
I wish that I were that contemplative. I would love for me to have more llama-like qualities. I will also admit I love the movie The Emperor's New Groove. Do you remember that? David Spade, I think.
I have not seen it.
How have you not seen The Emperor's New Groove? It's a classic of Disney film. Came out right around the late 90s, like era of Hercules, Lion King, all that.
I was subjected to the Lion King.
Don't even start. Let's not even start, because I can't stand that level of hostility, and I will spit at you. And that's the kind of llama mimicry that would not go over well on YouTube. Actually, it might. That actually might get a lot of hits. There would be new versions of the video, like Spitting Priest really nails it. Anyway, another animal which I have a great love for is the moose. So you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of moose stuff over here. And
so you're probably noticing the pattern that love and resemblance are related.
Or Ray Moose. Moose was a family nickname of mine growing up. I love the moose. The moose are also very thoughtful. It's always good to be in the company of moose. And every time we sing the Gloria in Latin, I always get to think of the moose. Laudamus te, benedici mus te, glorificam mus te. Gratias agi mus tibi.
Every time you use the first person plural, you get a moose.
Every time, which is a great blessing. I think God in his providence must have helped ensure that the Latin language developed in such a way that now, hundreds of years later, in English, we could take delight at the moose-like meditations.
At the way that M-U-S is pronounced the same as M-O-O-S-E.
Moose, precisely. I think moose are awesome. And they're also very contemplative.
You just don't want to meet one in your car.
What?
Or up close in person.
Well, I don't, first of all, no. I don't want to meet one in my car. because you're referring to the fact that moose, for at least a certain period of time, were the number one cause of vehicular death in Canada, or Newfoundland or something, at the very least. And I always thought that this showed the moose, yes, if you hit him with a car, he's not surviving, most likely. Long, spindly legs, top heavy, not likely to survive. But he's taking you out with him, so this is a good plan
too.
I didn't say it, but if you interpret that, now you know. So don't mess with me, people. Do not mess with me. But another great animal that I love that reminds me of contemplation is the cow. The cow, and I think that I have an aunt who has a great affinity for the cow. She loves the cow
because of the grass chewing.
Well, no, I think first of all it's partly because of Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Lovely.
They've not sponsored us, but if they wanted to,
my gosh, if you're watching and you're at Chick-fil-A headquarters,
or you're a franchisee,
I love you. You probably know me. You probably see me circling your parking lot before you open, even now. And so, we're ready to be partners in co-sponsorship. But
the only requirement might be feeding like 14 guys on a regular basis. I'm just putting the offer out there.
You know what? I think that their milk, chocolate milk specifically, taken from chocolate cows, would be the best gift that could be given by any cow. And it's because you appreciate the chocolate milk more and more with time that I know that you're coming to see the virtue of finally getting this priory a cow.
So I have seen the contemplative bovininity in action.
Yes.
So in preparation for priestly ordination, there we do a retreat.
Yes.
And for both of us, not at the same time, we managed to do this retreat at the Abbey in Berryville, which
Holy
is
Cross Abbey, Trappist
Cistercians.
It's a great place. They do a lovely job.
And they own a lot of property, and they lease a bunch of the property that's around the retreat house to a cattle ranch or cattle farmers. And so, there's the retreat house with its beautiful vistas, and then there's a wire fence, and then there are cows. And one of the brothers I was on retreat with would actually go out there, into the field that was between the retreat house and the fence, and stare into the cows.
Absolutely. I did that when I was on retreat.
And I guess he had intense moments of contemplation.
Yes. Have you ever stared in a cow's eyes? I asked my Greek teacher once why it was that in Greek, Homer describes Hera as being cow-eyed. That's how it's like rosy red-fingered dawn, or trickster Odysseus, Why is it that Hera's appellation was always cow-eyed? It doesn't seem that flattering. And he looked at me incredulously and said, well, have you ever looked in the eyes of a cow? And I said, no, at that point. And he said, they're beguiling. They're very soulful and deep. And I was profoundly convicted of my wrongness immediately.
So this comes all the way from Homer.
As what more could you ask? Classical foundations. The thing that I did think about when I was on my priesthood retreat there was bovine lexio. Have I shared this with you?
No, but does it involve reading a leather-bound Bible?
I hadn't considered that. That would make it even better. So, Lectio Divina, prayerful reading of sacred scripture. In truth, I sometimes think that the step process is a little exaggerated. No thanks to Guido the Carthusian, or Guido II. But the classic steps involve reading, so Lectio, then meditatio, so meditating upon it, and then oratio, giving praise or praying to God in the basis of it, and then contemplatio, a kind of prayerful repose in the word. And there's some great books on this, but I realized, looking in the eyes of those cows, that cows provide a great model for Lectio, because the word is like the grass. And the cows munch on the grass and they chew it and they graze. And likewise, we should browse. We should browse the scriptures
So this is why you just want to carry a Bible around at all times. Pull one out. And
it's useful. It's useful. So all right. So you're browsing Scripture, and then you chew it, and that's really meditatio, And it's ruminants, so like you're probably gonna bring it up again a few times to chew it some more. It's got to go through a kind of absorption into you. You got to extract the wisdom, the meat from it, and so that's cows engaging in meditatio. But then the cows moo, and that's oratio, and that's beautiful. So cows giving forth their praise. But then after they've done that, the cows become very still. And that is contemplatio. That's cows being completely at peace. And we too can aim for that kind of peace. You wish you had that peace right now, don't you? And that, folks, is why we should be more like cows and moose and llamas. Camels too. But for now, we'll have to leave the menagerie and wish you a very good day. We're praying for you. You keep praying for us. And remember, stay in the company of moose. Do you have a favorite animal?